Welcome back, YouTube, to another soccer slash football prediction. It's your boy Freddy Da Silva. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe so you won't miss any of your favorite team predictions. All right. Today's prediction video will be for Sunday, May 18th, and I have a 5 game slate for you guys. This will be for the English Premier League. Like always, we'll talk about the teams and let you know there's any injuries. We'll talk about the total, and then I'll give you my predictions. But first, we gotta talk about it. Baby. My Friday's predictions were a 100% bet. Let's go 100%, baby. Let's go. I'm finally back up to 100%. Yes, sir. I ended up putting Austin Villa versus Tottenham to go under 3.5. It was 2-0. Austin Villa ended up winning. Chelsea versus Manchester United under 3. Total was 1-0. Chelsea ended up winning. I was going to put Austin Villa to win straight up and Chelsea to win straight up, but it was too easy, and I got more for less on this one. So we ended up hitting 100% either way. So let's go. All right, let's see if we can keep this momentum going for Sunday. First on the list, we have Everton at home with one injured player. Southampton on the road with one injured player and one questionable. Total sitting at 2.5. Team total sitting at 1.5 for Everton and 0.5 for Southampton. Now, believe it or not, Everton have only been able to beat Southampton once in their 5 most recent head-to-head. Between both of these two teams, Southampton have won 3 times and they've only tied once. Now, as far as this 0.5 for Southampton, they've covered this 5 out of their 5 most recent between these two teams going head-to-head. So I think probably that's the best bet here, even though Southampton's 5 most recent games, they've only been able to cover this 2 out of their 5 games. Everton, as far as them covering this 1.5, they have only been able to do this 2 out of their 5 most recent games. And between both of these two teams going at it, Everton have only been able to cover this once. So, yeah, this is going to be a tough one, but I'm going to say Southampton to cover this 0.5. I feel like they've been able to do this 5 out of their 5 head-to-head. So I feel like they'll be able to cover this no matter what. I also feel like this could go over 2.5, but that would be way too risky. So I think for me, the best bet here would be Everton or Southampton to cover this 0.5. But I do feel like Everton could win this one because they are at home. I'm not surprised if this ends up as a tie, though. All right, on to the next game. We have West Ham at home with 200 players and 1 questionable. Nottingham on the road with 3 injured players and 1 player with a red card. Total sitting at 2.5. As far as team total sitting at 1.5 for both of these two teams. Now, between these two teams going head-to-head, the 5 most recent games, they still have not tied. So one thing you can guarantee here, 99%, is that they won't be a tie. Somebody is going to win. And I have a feeling West Ham is going to beat Nottingham. I've seen the way Nottingham played against Leicester City, and they cannot get it together. They were not able to beat them, a team that's in the bottom of the table. So give me West Ham to win here. And as far as total points, I do feel like this will go over total points 2.5, only because it has gone over 3 out of their 5 most recent head-to-head between both of these two teams. So I feel like that would probably be the best bet here. But I do see West Ham covering this 1.5. As far as Nottingham, not so much. They've only been able to cover this 2 out of their 5 most recent games. Nonetheless, give me West Ham to win here. And as far as total points, I would go with over 2.5. All right, on to the next game. We have Brentford at home with 3 injured players. Fulham on the road with 3 injured players. Total sitting at 3. As far as team total sitting at 1.5 for both of these two teams. Between these two teams going head-to-head, Brentford have won twice and Fulham have won twice. They have tied once. So I do feel like this could be a tie for some reason, but Brentford seems to be the better team here. They have not taken an L in their five most recent games. They got 4 wins and 1 draw. Fulham, on the other hand, only got 1 win in their five most recent games. 4 L's, 1 win. I'm going to go with Brentford. It seems like that's just the best bet here. They are the better team. They are at home. They got that advantage. So give me Brentford to win. And as far as this 1.5, I do see going over for Brentford. All right, on to the next game. We have Leicester City at home with 6 injured players and 1 questionable. Total IPS Town on the road with 3 injured players and 1 questionable. Total sitting at 2.5. Team total sitting at 1.5 for both of these two teams. Now, the 5 most recent head-to-head between both of these two teams, they've tied 3 out of their 5. And Leicester City have won twice. So basically, IPS Town have not been able to beat Leicester City in their 5 most recent head-to-head. So give me Leicester City to win here, but I really want to do a tie on this one. I feel like this could be a 1-1 game. As far as total points, 2.5, I think the best bet here would be total points under 2.5. I don't see this going over 3 goals or over 2 goals. So give me under 2.5. And as far as a win, I'm going to say a tie, but I don't know. I think Leicester City could win here, but like I said, I really think this is going to be a tie, especially if the total points are under 2.5. It could be a 1-1 or even a 0-0. But yeah, this is not my favorite one here. I don't think I'm going to bet this one. But like I said, if I had to bet this one, I would go with total points under 2.5. All right, on to the last game of the video, guys. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let me know down in the comments who you think is going to win or tie or lose. And if there is a game that you guys want me to predict or a team that you guys want me to predict, let me know down in the comments and I'm going to try to get it for you guys. All right, here we go. Arsenal at home with 400 players and 1 player with a red card. Newcastle on the road with 400 players and 1 question. Total sitting at 2.5. Team total sitting at 1.5 in both of these two teams. Now, believe it or not, Arsenal have only been able to beat Newcastle once in their 5 most recent head-to-head. The 3 most recent, Newcastle have won. The 2 most recent, Newcastle have been able to cover this 1.5. I'm going to go with Newcastle on this one. I feel like they are a little bit better than Arsenal this season. I know what you're going to say, but I'm just being realistic here. The 5 most recent games from Newcastle, they got 3 wins, 1 tie, and 1 L. Arsenal, on the other hand, have 3 L's and 2 ties. They have not yet been able to get a W in their 5 most recent game. And maybe that's due to the fact that they lost to PSG for the champions. So maybe that's one of the reasons why they're going down. You know what I mean? Like usually that happens for a team once they end up losing something big, they just go straight down. They can either pick themselves up or they can go down. And it seems like for them, they're going down. So give me Newcastle to win here. And as far as total points, I'm going to have to say over, but that's a big question mark. I think as far as points, if I had to pick the best one here, would probably be Newcastle over 1.5. They seem to have been able to cover this their 2 most recent games. And as far as them covering their 5 most recent games, they have been able to cover this 3 out of their 5 most recent games. So, yeah, give me Newcastle to cover this 1.5 as far as points. And as far as the win, give me Newcastle. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. I hope the information I gave you was good enough for you guys to make the right picks. I hope you guys end up winning. But most of all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.